Hi, guys.
Welcome back to the Tea with Nick C.
And Amanda B.
Where we put the bye back in bitch.
And spill some LGBTQ+. Hi.
Welcome back.
We are back on air, back on camera.
Oh, yeah. We're being filmed once again. If you haven't caught it, it just got released, so like you can catch it now. Simultaneously, have us in one, two of us in like one ear and the other. That's the way we should be handled. Yeah, all that chaotic energy.
You also get to like watch us sweat and like look at each other whenever we like don't know what we're saying or don't know what we're gonna say next, which is always fun. Or you get to watch us during the music breaks just like have really rough sex on the floor. So that's exciting. Today we're talking.
We're only allowed to be uploaded to Pornhub. Sorry. Catch us on Pornhub.
That's why
next.
This is B-side. We can do that in B-side, right? That's what that means.
Yeah, that's what's allowed. Yeah.
Today we're talking about a mixture of things, many different topics. Mental health being one of them.
Yeah, isn't it like Mental Health Awareness Month?
I think so. I don't want to be wrong and it be like the week, but whatever. I've seen some posts about it, and we are two mentally ill gay people that can talk about that.
Mentally ill and proud. Why don't we get a day?
Oh my god! And then it was also National Coming Out Day the other day, and I don't think we talked about that last week, so we can talk about our specific stories and just like in general the term coming out. And also, big mouth chat. We're going to talk about...
Amanda has a lot of heat under her ass right now.
I just really love Nick Kroll. I love John Mulaney. I don't want to say loved in the past tense. Big mouth is good, but like they made this episode that was totally transphobic where they basically bashed bisexuality by saying that pansexuality was the only like non-homophobic way to be bisexual. I don't know.
Transphobic way, I guess.
Yeah. So
I guess like I haven't watched it, but she sent me a little snippet, but from the video I gathered that it sort of places pansexuality and bisexuality in this sort of distinct dichotomy where it's like pansexuality or bisexuality like is able to likes men and women, and then they're like basically like pansexuality likes men, women, and trans people, but like that's problematic because it's basically invalidates trans people's gender identity as saying they're not actually men or women or non-binary, in this
saying
in whatever
that
way.
Bisexuality is only for cisgender is like being so ignorant. Like that's never, I feel like I've never thought of it that way. As a bi person, I've never thought of it that way. But then pansexuality kind of came to the forefront. And then I think, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say they're one and the same because they're not. But, like, bashing one is not making the other one look any better. I
follow a lot of, like, pretty popular, like, trans women on Twitter because, like, they're so funny. And one of them had this, like, I'm not saying exactly how I feel about this, but like one of them said like pansexuality was created by Tumblr and it's just hiding your transphobia by saying that trans people aren't actually men, or trans women aren't actually men and trans women aren't actually women, but it's like trans women are women. But that was their take on that. But that's very similar to how Big Mouth seems to have placed that. I think
Big Mouth was just trying to do like, we've talked about everything in the book, let's talk about something crazy, pansexuality. And then they had Ali Wong come in as this character and she was like, yeah, you people have never heard of pansexuals? Well, that's because you're basic. You're basic? She did it during like, she made it a reference to Mexican food. Like she was like, bisexual people like burritos and tacos, but pansexual people like burritos, tacos, and a taco becoming a burrito. And I was just like, what? Like you could have done so much better. Anyways.
Yeah, the food analogies never really work.
Scream rant on that because, but other than that, we have some bad bitch music coming up.
Oh yeah, if you want to feel like a baddie.
Neither of us have fatties, but you can pretend that too.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Oh well, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. Like my ass is sore from sitting down because it's just bones.
I get
No, I'm
that.
just
My
kidding.
ass falls asleep if I like sit on concrete for too long because it's just bone on bone.
How often do you sit on concrete? What are you, a dog?
Yeah. When I'm waiting for what?
Because
Why did you hesitate after you said dog?
okay, so when I was little, I used to be in 4-H, right?
Me too, and I showed my dog.
I entered me and my dog in this like dog training like 4-H thing,
Yes.
right? And
know the kind.
we were in this like literal like root building barn type thing, right? And it's like concrete floor, and my dog's already Ripley was already pretty well trained.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to sit. He wouldn't sit on hard floor because it was cold and
He
hard.
knows.
And she was like, okay, make your dog sit. And I was like, I raised my hand and I was like, he just doesn't want to sit on the concrete because it's cold.
Aww.
And I was like, he already knows how. And she's like, well, you need to train your dog to make him. And I said, bitch, you sit on the concrete floor. And I never came back.
That was probably a good call. 4-H was an interesting time of my life, but also the only time I ever won anything. So I guess I was thriving in my own right. My dog probably wasn't. I feel like he did not like those, which is why we only
Probably
did it
not.
for a year. Anyways.
That's the only time you've ever won anything? I can't, like, it wouldn't be me. Like, I win things from the claw machines all the damn time.
Get away. I won.
One time I got 4 things at once. It reached down, grabbed 2, hooked a third one, and then knocked off a 4th one
Is
into.
this like a Steak and Shake one?
No,
Because
it was
I
at.
feel- Oh, okay.
And then I worked there
Why
several
were you-
years later.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you know,
Because of
full
that.
circle. I was like, yeah,
Jeez.
good vibes here only. And then my boss proceeded to like sexually harass me.
No.
Wait, here's what happened. So I was going to school to study acting, right? And she was like, basically like, hey, Nick, like, she was like old enough to be like my mom. She was like 40. And there was like another waitress there who was like also the same age. And she had a
Okay.
son that was 13 and I was 19 at the time.
Holy
and she
crap.
goes like, Nick, if you ever do a nude scene in a movie, I would watch. And I was like, okay, Donna. And and then the other waitress was like, Donna. And Donna was like, oh, don't tell me you wouldn't just like sneak a peek. And the other waitress was like, no, he's like the age of our children. What are you talking about? And Donna was like, well, it's like, I would just like sneak a peek. And I was like, I'm going to go wash dishes now.
Oh my gosh, Donna. Donna was just really unhappy in her marriage and looking for.
I don't think she was married.
Do you think that? Oh, damn. I feel like work flirtationships are a thing, though. Like,
Yeah, but that was not it.
No, not that. But like, I feel like that's what she was trying to produce with you, and it didn't follow through. Like, she was like, maybe this is a kid that I can. Ugh.
I did
Donna.
get like the favoritism, so. it all
Okay,
worked out.
I feel that. I have so many terrible food industry work stories, but we'll let you listen to music before we come back and talk about it. We have Click up first. Do you wanna
Ooh.
talk about that?
Today, okay, so Click, normally has Tommy Cash on it, which he smacks, but also this remix, Slater ate it up. She came to eat and she was fed. Oh my God, it's so
Originally
good.
a Charlie XCX song, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's Charlie XCX featuring Kim Petras and Slater, and it goes so hard. And
The way you
it's
say Slater.
because I gotta make sure you don't get it mixed up with Slayer. But the song's just so good, but like her record label just hasn't released it in all territories yet, and they're like, Charlie is pissed about it, and I understand. So I tweeted today at Atlantic Records. I was like, release the No Boys remix right now, and it was like,
They were like, oh no, this skinny gay kid from Indiana is getting
but I put the video of Demi Lovato where she was like, I just remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
I love like whenever they use that in like reference to masturbation. Like that is so funny to me. Any like clip taken from like a like the Britney Spears interview or something when Oprah's like, "It's okay, you're doing so good," and it's like her. I don't know. People use that all the time. Her crying, and being like, "I did it." It's like not in reference to that, but. Cool. I have Harry Styles' Lights Up coming up. He just released it. It's the first thing since his Harry Styles album. And the music video, I feel like the song and the music video both reference him coming out. I don't think he's like formally done it, and we can talk about coming out in general after this. You don't have to formally come out. I feel like it's such a why should gay people have to come out in the first place? Like, we're letting you in on something. Like, I don't know.
Like, you know, a little secret.
but this is like, the lyrics are literally like, I'm stepping out, I'm never going back in, lights up on me, and the music video is a bunch of shirtless men with him and beautiful women standing around.
What if it's just queer baiting?
I
Nick
hope
Jonas
not.
does so well.
Ew.
Sorry, okay.
Anyways, enjoy this music. We will be back soon. Goodbye. Ah!
Slater 8 though.
I just had to like let everyone know that we were back on air, and that was my but also, yeah, Slater ate that song. That was great.
She
also,
came.
did you like
She was
the Harry Styles one? Did you
I
think
did
that was
actually.
good?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna like download it now.
Oh, he
Normally I
said
don't listen to men.
I was like
I'm like a dog. I just don't like men.
I
The hair on the back of my neck is standing
feel
straight
like
up.
Harry Styles is. I saw a tweet that was like, whoever you are, you just need to know that your girl thinks Harry Styles is better than you. And I find that true, because I feel like across the board, people like him, like from different fan bases and stuff. But I am coming though from like a lens of a 12-year-old that had a One Direction fan account, and like,
Forgot about that.
oh man, I would spend hours on Tumblr just like, people would write imagines. Do you know what those are?
Yes.
And I would read them between him and his bandmate Louis. Larry Stylinson was their name. So like, as a now gay person watching him come out, I'm like, those were real. Those happened, and that's okay.
I'm thinking of that imagine where it's like, you tell Niall no, but he's already crawled into your ear.
What? That exists?
Like Curtis Connor did like a whole thing on YouTube of like weird imagines, and it was all One Direction imagines, and it was like, and it was also the one where it's like,
That's so good.
the one where it's like Harry, you're dating Harry, and you have to do a teeth transplant.
Did you?
And it's like, and they wake up
transplant?
with their teeth, and they're like, "Where's Harry?" And they're like, and he's like there with no teeth, and he's like, "Who do you think gave you the teeth?"
Those are so you know somebody wrote those like so somebody's gonna think this funny.
No, they're probably like, "This is romantic.
Oh my god.
I need teeth transplant."
No, that's like the heart forward email that you would get that was like, you bring your boyfriend to your heart surgery, and you're like, my heart transplant surgery casually, and you're like, babe, I'll see you when I wake up. When you wake up, he's not there. Who do you think gave you the heart? Like one of
I love how you
those.
almost
Forward to 12 people or you die tomorrow. Like, oh my god. But yeah, great. Coming out. How'd you come out?
I just sound like I shit on air. Sorry, bleep that out. No curse words here.
It's okay. We can. That's the next 30 minutes. Actually, is us making fart noises into the microphone and seeing which.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. See which one sounds the wettest.
I can do that. No, just kidding. Keep talking.
Okay, so I came out to my mom when I had a boyfriend at the time, and we had a fight, and I just needed somebody to talk to. And so I was like, I just rip off the Band-Aid, Nick, it's time. Like, he's coming down to like stay with you for like 2 weeks. Like, mom just needs to know so she can like, I don't know, help get dad out of the house when you need to bang. But like, don't tell her that naturally. But like, be subtle. Like, oh, we just want to watch a movie. Yeah. We watched half a movie. I had an asthma attack during sex one time.
Oh. Okay.
During sex one time.
Did you have your inhaler?
I did,
on
but
hand?
neither of us got to finish.
Oh.
But yeah. So I came out to my mom and I was like,
It's
I said the
okay.
name.
He's not listening.
This person's my boyfriend, and she was like, I know. And I was like, well, wait a damn minute. She was like, I know. And I was like, how long have you known? She was like, about a year. And I was like, wait, I haven't known for about a year. Like, I just realized that I was bi like in the past like 6 months, girl. And she was like, I mean, like, your friend. I had like a really good friend in high school. I still do. And he was I have like this cleanliness with my bed, so I won't let anybody sleep in my bed unless I'm really close with them. And he was like the first person I let sleep in my bed with me. And she was like, oh, well, like, your friend was like the only person that you let sleep in your bed. And I was like,
what does that mean?
I was like, what?
She put together context clues, that smart woman.
And then my dad, okay, so backstory. My dad used to be the lieutenant of the state police, right? Mm-hmm. And so I had gotten in a little bit of trouble for alcohol my freshman year in high school here, just a little, just a touch. And
that's when I met you. I literally we met in a class, and he came in like a couple of weeks after the beginning of it and was like, yeah, I got like a citation because I was in my car this morning with alcohol. Like, you came in, and I was like, and my dad's chief of police, and I have to tell him. Everyone was like, so.
It was cute and funny and unique, I will say that. But so on the car ride, I had to tell my dad because I needed advice on what to do because I had to go to like court. Kind of. It was kind of that. It was really just a drinking ticket, but they read me my Miranda rights, and I was like shook. And
for you.
So I had to tell him, and I was like in the car, and I was like crying, and I was like, Dad, I got like in trouble. And then he was like, Nick, you're like, you know how much stupid stuff your siblings did? You're the good one. They just didn't get caught. And then I was like, okay, Nick, just use the momentum. And I was still crying. And we were on our way to a movie in the car together. And and I was like, also, I'm bi. Or this person was my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, oh, does your mom know? And I was like, yeah. And then I was just like sobbing, and I was like, we don't have to go to this movie. I'm sure you don't want to go with an F word. And he was like, Nick, we're going to the movie. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, Nick, from the moment you were born, I was proud of you, and nothing you ever are or do is ever going to change that. And I love you just the same. And I was like,
I bet. That's so... I wouldn't have imagined him to say anything bad back to that.
I was worried about it, though.
You were all unloading it all at once, too.
All of it. I was like...
Let it all come out. I'm so surprised your mom didn't let him on to anything. Well, I don't know.
My mom's good at keeping secrets.
She's a good woman. I don't know her, but I want to.
You'll meet her when we get married.
My coming out, is very anticlimactic. Because I feel like...
You didn't get to finish either.
No, I didn't get to finish either. No, my mom... Well, my dad, he's the type of person, he's unsettled by RuPaul's Drag Race. So, me and my sister would have to turn it down in the other room, type of stuff. So, I feel like he's just found out, through my mom letting him know. I've never, up front, said anything about it. And I think we're cool with keeping it that way. And that's... We survive and we're fine. And with my mom... I don't know. I think I literally just casually said it. It might have been because of this show. I think in high school she knew because people would talk about it around her. But yeah, then this happened. And I was like, oh yeah, me and my friend Nick are doing a radio show. Here's the link. It's about being bi, and we play LGBT artists. And she liked the message. So obviously, she's cool with that. I don't know. It's just a more casual thing for me. In my family.
No, that's great.
I don't know. But I think coming out in general, I wish I had the quote verbatim in front of me, but I saw one on Twitter that was basically coming out is such an interesting phrase because no one has to know. Everyone around, public isn't your audience. It's whoever you're close to. You're letting people around you in, not out. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me to see that there's a stereotype for you have to come out in order to be gay. And maybe that was my me looking up artists that I like and trying to play them on the show and being is Jesse St. John gay? Is
oh yeah, girl.
Is Beethoven gay? Whenever we would play music underneath. So I don't know, that's interesting to me, but I think that it's kind of ending. While coming out is important, I think the message has become a little different now because it's you have more support from a community that you may not know, and coming out to people you do know is I don't know. You have support in different ways now than you did before, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What is the word I'm looking for? The message is definitely changing. It's shifting. There's a big shift, but there's still a lot of danger. So when you do come out, be sure you're safe. That's the primary thing, and that you can do it safely and comfortably, and not get your tuition taken away.
Yeah.
Spooky. But also coming out, if you think about it, is you coming out of the cage and you've been doing just fine. Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be great if we had that song queued up and then I started playing? But you actually have
Are the Killers allies?
Right. Maybe. They have some cool music videos that make me think they might be with, well, I don't know. You have Ash Nico Manners coming up.
Oh yeah, that
Tell
song
me
goes
about
so
it.
hard. I don't know. It's just like a bad bitch song. I don't really have much to say
Ash
about
Nico,
it.
I've heard a lot from recently.
Yeah, because I've just been like standing her hardcore. She wrote a lot with. She wrote like most of Brooke Candy's new album, Sexorcism. Like she co-wrote a lot of it, and I'm so.
That's
so
a great
excited.
name.
Have you seen the album art? She has like 6 titties.
Good.
The way anybody should be. 6 titties.
Is that not how your chest
I have
looks?
6 dicks.
I have Jesse St. John song coming up. It's Crying off of his actually that's a single, but he does have a new EP out. He writes with Brooke Candy, Charlie XCX, Kim Petras, and he actually co-wrote Truth Hurts with Lizzo. So he deserves some credit, and now he's coming out with his own music, so that's pretty
Yeah, his EP is so good. Life Gets Hard, Don't Stop Dancing, or Don't Stop Dancing, Life Gets Hard, something like that. But fun fact, you know the song Got My Number by Kim Petras?
Yeah.
The number that she sings is Jesse St. John's number. And so like as soon as that dropped, he was getting all these FaceTimes.
Oh, I bet he had to change it so quick. Oh my god. Okay, so enjoy those. Text us if you're listening. Maybe we can talk to you. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Mental health. Should we talk
I don't know her.
about that? I don't know her. Yeah, it's been a while. Shit. I feel like I'm going through phases. Like every time we do updates on our mental health on the show, I'm like, I'm having a really good month. Like blah 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 blah. Things are going right. I feel like school is always the determining factor that's like controlling how angsty I'm feeling. Right now I'm okay. I'm finally in therapy. I've never been able to be on this show and say I'm in therapy. So that's exciting.
I stand that.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's been a minute because the last time I was there, she was like, I want you to make a list of 30 things that you know about yourself.
30's
and then
a lot,
why.
baby.
And I was like, so I keep emailing her like, hey, I can't make it this week. Like, because she was like, you don't want to do it in one sitting because it's going to make you feel like shit. Because it's basically saying like, a few of my examples are like, I am unmotivated. Why am I unmotivated? And then you have to write a paragraph about why you're not a paragraph, but like explain why you're unmotivated.
She want you to write a thesis on
like,
why you're a piece of shit.
I think she's just trying to get a gauge of like why I'm fucked up. And that's a good way to do it. I just need to like sit down and do it. And that's hard. That's my problem is like I am just so bad at doing things. Like I'll have all these plans for myself and like, but once things start to add up and I like see that I have so much to do, I would just rather lay down and complain about it, unfortunately. So like that's what I have to get fixed. But I think that's like, I don't know. And like anxiety attacks are something new for me. Like I always had them every once in a while, but this year it's been like every week you can expect at least 3 because I'll be like thinking more about like if I'm not doing things that I'm thinking about like how right now I could be doing them, but instead I'm freaking out about it. So now I'm going to have an anxiety attack about freaking out about it. But why am I even freaking out about it? I shouldn't be freaking out about it. So then I keep having the anxiety. It's just like gotten a lot worse than it was in that regard, but like I'm finally doing something about it because it's annoying the shit out of me. How are you? Get some meds.
Maybe, yeah, because like that's definitely helped me because I have anxiety, but I also have ADD really severely. Like I tested into the 90th percentile, so like 10% of people who have it worse than me. So like, but Adderall gives me anxiety sometimes, but I can't take my anxiety medication with it because it offsets it, so I can't focus. It makes me sleepy too. So like, I gotta, weigh the pros and cons. Do I suffer through it or do I get my work done? And usually I get my work done and I suffer through it.
Because I don't know, meds are so hard for me. Like I've never been on them before and I know that I should, but I think my argument thus far has always been like, oh, I don't want it changing my brain. Like what if it changes who I am? Like that's bullshit.
Have I changed?
Like, no. I mean,
You heard it here first.
You're like, I don't know, change is a strong word because I feel like, it is doing different things to the chemicals in your brain, but trust it is like what I want to say. So I'll trust it and try it out and get back to you guys. But
take its hand, baby.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, for awareness of mental health, like check up on your friends. Nick and I were really bad at that over the summer. We don't reply to texts.
No, I really don't.
Texts give me anxiety, especially if we're trying to schedule something. And like, I know that will require more from me. Like, I'm just not going to open it, unfortunately. And like, Literally,
Yep.
Nick and I's messages are like 3 days apart every time. Like, sorry I didn't respond to that last one. Blah, 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 blah. And like, I don't know, you told me right when I saw you for the first time over the summer, like, the reason I haven't been replying is genuinely because, like, all of it gives me anxiety. And, like, that makes a lot of sense.
I hate not face-to-face communication because, one, it makes me feel like I have to do more work when I'm face-to-face. It's like I'm just conversing. But two, I'll just be like, if I see a text come through, I'll be like, I'll get to that later when I'm not stressed out.
Yeah.
And that never comes, baby. That never comes. And so, like, I have literally, hang on, I think I just passed the threshold recently. I have 601 unread text
Holy
messages
balls,
currently.
Dude.
Yeah, so that's cute and unique, I will say that.
I think my thing with that too is like if I ignore a problem, then that problem doesn't exist because I'm not, which is not good. But this is a game of what is not healthy, basically. so this is your awareness on what not to do. But
I'm currently about to get, I'm pretty sure, my first like B in college this semester, and no,
Okay.
I know, but it's gonna break me, but like I'm ignoring it right now. Like I have a C that I can bring up to a B by the end of the semester, but like I have like a C and two B's, and I'm like,
yeah, I feel
I'm just gonna push
I'm
it to the
ignoring
side.
the fact that I probably won't graduate on time right now, and I'm gonna have to take out a loan in a few months. But
Reading the clock that says for the kids.
oh yeah, if you want to see a visual of what we look like right now, tune into the YouTube page. It's being filmed right now, so you'll see it in probably a week. WIUX on YouTube. I don't know if we said where to find it last time, but you'll see it if you see it.
Yeah. I look like a scrub. I'm just kidding. I look stunning.
This is the only day a week that I'm trying to look presentable for this camera and this audience. Just if you
The
see me
cameras
on
that follow
campus,
you the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
they're
yeah.
just like,
Did I not tune you in that I have a reality show?
the Truman Show is up in this bit.
I would have been a terrible Truman Show candidate. Like, this girl just stays inside and masturbates and cries all night. Like, why did we pick her from birth? You could have predicted
Sometimes
that.
sometimes at the same time, tears is lube.
No. Oh my god.
No, we don't do that.
No, not me. Oh my god. Have you heard of Call Me Loop?
Who?
I'm gonna introduce you to
Call Me
her.
Loop? Wait, have you-
She's a new pop artist from the UK. What are you giggling at?
I'm just thinking
Giggling.
about that girl who went home and she like, after she got her wisdom teeth removed, and she was trying to find Led Zeppelin on YouTube and got frustrated because she couldn't find it. And then the next morning she looked up on her YouTube search history and it was just Loop Zoop.
Led Zeppelin, or by their formal name, Loop
Zoop.
She's her name's actually Georgia, but apparently like when she was when she little, her mom called her Loopy Loo, so then it changed to Call Me Loop.
Okay.
Is her full name.
Assertive.
And she's like ally times 10. When I looked up her name, the only thing that came up was like Gay Times, Gay Billboard. So I was like, hell yeah, we like her. And she has a new EP called Drama that just came out, and I'm playing Silly Boy off of it. And then you have Brooke Candy.
Oh yeah, Brooke Candy. She is our
That's
bi,
me.
queer, feminist, radical, queen shit. It's Das Me, which is like one of her like first songs, and it's like so trashy, but it's so good. It's just so good.
I can't wait to see the development from this to Six Titties. Like, I'm... Jeez.
Yeah, it slaps.
Okay, cool. We'll finish you off on that slapper note and then come back to sign off. Thanks for listening so far. Bye. Wow. We're back.
Unfortunately, we ran out of time, but
It's
that
okay.
song smacks hard.
Das
and
Me, Brooke Candy. Keep listening to it, even
Yeah.
after we've turned it off. Stay tuned. Keep listening to WIUX B-Side. That's what you've tuned into for the past hour, if you forgot. I'm Amanda. That's Nick.
Yes, I
this has
am.
been The Tea. Thanks for tuning in. You can watch this on YouTube.
Have a good
for
rest of your
WIUX.
week.
Yeah, have a great rest of your love and light.
Love and
as
light.
Nick
That's what I was
says.
saying.
Okay, bye.